Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning to everybody. So how's everybody today? Nice meeting you all. Can you hear me, guys? Okay, loud and clear.
Yes, Doctor.
Okay, all right. Okay, guys. So this is our first meeting, which is supposed to start by 10 a.m. But unfortunately, I have clash with other meeting as well on Sunday, every Sunday. So basically, we have to do some readjustment on our scheduling. So perhaps after this, we have to start by 11 a.m. On every Sunday, inshallah. All right. So I hope everybody is okay with that. And I believe that in here there are so many students, international students, not just only from Indonesia, but also from other countries as well. Could you please, guys, anybody from other than Malaysia, international students, please? From Indonesia. Other than that, thank you very much, Christopher. Other than Christopher, anybody else? Or just from Indonesia, not from Middle East? How about from other part of the world, Middle East and so on? Anybody? Please introduce yourself. Oh, surprising because I can see the list from the list. There are a few students from the Middle East, I presume. But again, from Indonesia. Okay, all right. So if from Indonesia and from Malaysia only, I think we can do mix up in terms of the language of delivery, perhaps. Okay, I hope that everybody is okay with that. Because we want to encourage the two-way communication, two-way discussion, and so on. So again, my name is Dr. Muhammad Khairuddin bin Ramli. So this is the third week of the lecture, isn't it? So we lost so many things during first and second weeks. We're supposed to have the lecture 2 weeks ago, but again, I'm so sorry. Apologize for many things. Many so many barriers and so on. And last week is a very saddest moment for myself and my family because of I lost my father. So again, it's a ketentuan ilahi. It's from Allah. So again, for those Muslim, I hope that you can sedekah Al-Fatihah to my father before we can start with the session. And we take some moment, before we begin with the lecture. So Al-Fatihah. All right. Thank you very much. Before we begin, we have the total number of the participants, 36 students. So I hope that everybody is here already. All right. So from the names, okay. Let me check first. Okay. Okay, just to reconfirm again, anybody from other than Malaysia and Indonesia, please respond. I just want to know.
Assalamualaikum, Doctor.
Waalaikumsalam.
Yes, Doctor. I'm from Bangladesh.
Oh, okay, thank you very much. Your name, Sabah. Your name, please?
Sabah.
Sabah. Okay, thank you very much, Sabah, for confirming with your country. Okay, all right. So okay, thank you very much again for that confirmation. So the delivery language we stick on the English. So any discussion after this, any question, if you want to ask me, please be sure that to ask in English. So to make sure that everybody understand the context of the discussion and so on. So again, in my class, it is a very simple approach I used. which is I encourage to have two-way communication. If you have anything you want to comment, anything you want to improve the current lecture, if you have the current resources, perhaps your family or yourself have any experience regarding in terms of the technology transfer and so on, perhaps you can share your thoughts and so on. You can improve the classes experience and so on. So I didn't put any limitation. So please, again, it's a two-way communication and it's nice to know everybody. Although I love to have the ice-breaking session, but of course we don't have enough time to for that thing because we have to focus on the missing weeks previously. We have 3 weeks to recover. So again, I just go to some introduction about the course. We go on the course first. All right. So this is the course information. I already put this one in the e-learning. You can check in the e-learning. So what is it? What is the course is all about? It's basically is SBSD 3053. Make sure to check your names in the aims and so on. Please be sure that you are in the right section. Section 1, 3 credit hours. This is technology transfer class. Previously known as technology transfer and commercialization. But of course, the content of the class, the context of the study as well is almost similar to the previous one, which is the technology transfer and commercialization, or be known as SHAD 4033, the similar one. So this course provides an overview of social scientific research on the organizational context and so on, regarding on the technology transfer. Okay, in this class, focus on the how transfer of technology knowledge into commercial application between transferor and transferee. So one thing that is, I concern the most about this course is basically when we talk about the technology transfer, you have to know about the commercial issue or aspects as well. It cannot be technology transfer. It must be stand with the technology transfer and commercialization. Why? Because of whenever you transfer the technology, the commercialization begins. All right. So you cannot neglect the element of the commercialization. So the commercialization is one part of the technology transfer as well. So technology transfer covers a wide array of actors, processes, and circumstances and development through formal channel within an organization, between organization, or across organizational fields. So technology transfer is an initiative focusing on the business aspects. So basically what you will learn about this one is what is the environment of the business, what is the environment of the university, research institution to be the enablers for the technology transfer. So what is it about the technology transfer? It's all about the transferring of the technology from research to the commercialization. So it could be between the research institution, such as the university, to the business or to the industry, or it could be happen as well from the business to business, because of some of the businesses they have their own R&Ds and so on, and then they can transfer the technology as well to the other entities of all the businesses. All right. So this is the CLO for the topic. Previously, course coordinator or the organizer or the owner of this course is basically Dr. Mat Razib. And now I take care of the course since Dr. Razib already, retire from UTM. So I will take care of this course totally. So this is the CLO. CLO 1, we will discuss and the fundamental concept and principle of technology transfer. We want to understand what lies beneath the technology transfer, the concept and so on. CLO 2, to explain the scope and process of technology transfer efforts and the evaluation. All right. And CLO 3, of course, we have to move forward in terms of doing the group work, group discussion and so on. So work collaboratively to prepare, plan, identify, and solve problem in technology transfer initiatives. All right. And the last CLO is CLO 4. We want to examine technology transfer issues by seeking, acquiring, and managing relevant information from a variety of sources for continuous self-development and lifelong learning. It's quite simple actually, the technology transfer, but it is a killer subject in the department of HIPS. Okay, you must understand this because of technology transfer. If you are not focusing on this one well, if you are not understanding the concept of the technology transfer, it will put your life in a jeopardized situation. So again, I always stress this one to all my students. My approach is very simple. As long as you come to the classes, attend the classes, try to understand the content. Put some interest in this class. Put your effort and so on. Believe me, everything will be going smoothly, and it is possible for everybody to score A in my class. So don't worry. So do your best. Focus in this class, and I will help you in terms of getting new knowledge regarding on the technology transfer and commercialization. But in this case, we focus on the technology transfer rather than the commercialization. All right, so this is the topics that we will discuss. By week, we have 14 weeks. But of course, although I put everything inside here, such as number one, introduction to technology transfer, understanding technology as a business, technology transfer concept, so on. But again, we have the week number 9, packaging, technology transfer to be transferred, pricing and payment. This is under the commercialization. But of course, I will touch here and there, not too much focus in here. And as well as for the group assignment, I will do some reduction in terms of the focusing on the pricing and so on. Why? Because of the subjects now change from the technology transfer and commercialization to the technology transfer only. All right. So, but again, we will have to touch a bit about the commercialization. So you have the knowledge, some of the knowledge in terms of the commercialization. All right. So that's all for the introduction. So we have several assessment in this one, which is number one, we have the individual assignment. I will give the individual assignment by today, and you will have the group assignment. For the individual assignment, denotes 20% of the total marks. All right. So it's quite big for the individual assignment. And for the group project, you will have 30% of the marks. So total of the individual and group projects denotes 50% of the total marks. And the rest of will be the test. We will do the test like a quiz-based test, online test, and so on. Contributes about 10% of your total marks. And you will have the final examination, which is 40% of your total marks. All right. I hope everybody is clear on this arrangement. All right. Before I begin, any question, guys? Do you want to ask any question regarding on this one? Any question, please?
Assalamualaikum Doktor.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
Saya Fazli. Saya ada soalan ni, tapi pasal masa kelas.
Okay. So could you please in English? English, please.
English. We have Arab class at 10 a.m. until 12.
10 a.m. until 12 a.m. 12 noon. Okay. What time? What time? What time? What day?
Today.
Oh, I see. Okay. So, how many of you involved in this class?
I think about 6 people.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right. So we have the other class at Tuesday, isn't it? Tuesday or Thursday? Guys, we have the other class, right? Any clashes for the other class that we meet the other meeting?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday. What time?
11 to 12.
11 to 12. Okay, all right. So how about Wednesday? Do we have any clashes in the timings? Anybody?
Yes, doctor. I got class from 10 until 12.
Oh, you got class as well on Wednesday, 10 until 12.
Yeah. 2 people.
Okay. How about we change? How about the Sunday? We change to evening Sunday.
I'm free.
Okay. Anybody got any problem with Sunday evening? Around maybe 3 to 4, 3 to 5.
No problem, doctor.
No
No problem. So we change to Sunday, 3 to 5.
Class at 3 to 4.
You have class 3 to 4.
Mandarin
Okay.
class.
Okay, so how about 4 to 5?
Can.
Okay, guys, anybody else? 4 to 5 p.m. Sunday.
Doctor, I got work.
Pardon?
I working at 4 p.m.
Walking. What do you mean by walking?
I'm working at restaurant.
Oh, you work. Okay. Meaning you work from 4 to 5 p.m.
Work until midnight.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay. So we need to adjust again on this one. How about Monday?
Monday, okay.
Monday, guys, anybody? Monday? Any suggestion?
Doctor, we can do Sunday 2 to 4.
2 to 4. But again, I think some of you have classes, right? 3 to 4, right?
Monday
Anybody?
2 to
Monday evening 2 to 4. Monday.
No, doctor. I have class.
I got class.
I have
Class.
I have class Monday.
Okay, like this. I think we can discuss this one in the WhatsApp group after the class. Okay. But for my timing, for Monday 2 to 4 p.m. I have class as well. Okay, after 4 then it's okay, no problem for Monday. But again, you have to arrange with all your friends in the group WhatsApp and try to vote the best day. I'm not looking into 2 classes per week because of online classes. We just only have to focus 1/3 of your time compared to the face-to-face. Because of online classes consume a lot of credits and so on. So to be fair with everybody, the online meetings, we will doing it one time only per week. Okay, so the maximum will be 2 hours. All right, so the minimum will be 1 hour. So the rest of it I will do some activities, giving you tasks and so on, to top up with your marks and so on. All right, so is it everybody clear on this method, guys?
Clear, doctor.
Okay, all right. Because I don't want to focus on the online synchronous meeting. A lot of people with a lot of problems and so on. We focus on how to deliver through asynchronous rather than synchronous meeting. So for the synchronous meeting, again, you have to find a time, at least 1 to 2 hours per week. So we just only focus on the timing on that one only. So for the other classes, I will change. So if you have any problem in terms of the clashing time and so on, don't worry, because of that class, we will focus on the task rather than meetings. So you can focus on other classes if there is any clashes. All right. I hope that this one is clear on everybody, on all students. So we just have to change today's class, just only for today. So for the other classes, the other meetings, which is on the Wednesday, 11 to 12, I will keep on the same day, the same date, the same time, because of there is no face-to-face or there is no online meetings on that time. Okay, just only the task base will be given. All right. So I hope everybody clear on that one. So we will discuss about the timing to replace on today's class. Okay, clear, guys? Okay, so we move to the next one. Some information about this course. Okay, as you can see, I already put the information in the e-learning regarding on the course on the slides and so on. As you can see, I put the some of the information regarding on this course information. CI, and I put already the individual assignment for you to look into and to start to do something, to discuss with your friends as well. Although it is a group, it is a individual assignment, you can discuss with your friends. Perhaps you can exchange the information and so on. All right. So we have the topic 1, which is introduction to technology transfer. You have the lecture slides of topic 1 to 4. You can open this one right now. It's okay because I will focus on the lecture slides. So as you can see, this slides is actually covering on the topic 1 to 4. So starting from the week topic 2 and so on, you will have to use just only one slide for this one, 1 to 4. And for the rest of the weeks, you can see lecture slides topic 5 to 6. I put some of the information, some of the references, readings, journals, papers, and so on for you to refer with. And if you have any question regarding on this one, because of we will focusing on the asynchronous meeting rather than synchronous meeting, so you will have to do a lot of homework. You will have to do a lot of readings and so on. And during the meetings of online, we just only focus on the issues. What is the things that you don't understand, what is the question, what is the things that I have to explain to you furthermore and so on. So rather than giving you the continuously online classes and so on, I need you to put some efforts in doing your own study, based on the materials I put inside the e-learning and so on. All right. So you can refer on all of this one, and I will update the content from time to time, inshallah. All right. So don't worry, everything is there inside the e-learning. You can download the resources starting from now. All right. So any question regarding on this one, e-learning, guys? Any question before we move to the next one?
No.
Clear? All right, thank you very much. Okay, good. All right, so some information before we begin. I suppose we have the ice-breaking session, but of course, the time is not enough for us to to talk about everybody. And I hope that from time to time we can know each other, inshallah. All right. So I will introduce some of information about myself first, in order for you to understand what is the strength, what is the expertise, what is the scope of my research and so on. So at least you can refer, and you will have some ideas on what kind of things that I am into in terms of the technology transfer and so on. So back in 3 years ago, I was in the industry, all right, for 12 years before I joined UTM. When I joined UTM, I am the CEO of the Magic X yang berhad, UTM subsidiary company. So for a few months, why? Because of I got transferred as a lecturer in AHIPS. The faculty wants me to be in AHIPS. So before that, I was business development and innovation manager of Bit Extreme Infotech yang berhad for more than 5 years. All right. So I also a business owner and co-owner for IT-based company, innovation spin-offs. I have several technologies from UTM. So my part in UTM is basically as a transfer of the technology transfer and transfer. The receiver and the the provider of the technology. So I have the experience of both directions. So that's why technology transfer and commercialization is one of my forte here in UTM, right? Other than the innovation, innovation topics and so on, also under my expertise. All right. So I also have the special purpose vehicle SPV company for many purposes. So later on I will explain about this one. And the technology transfer and commercialization practitioner for 3 types of innovation or technologies that currently I have in UTM. So one of the technology already been commercialized to the government and to the business to business. So I also have 4 active grants related to technology transfer and commercialization. Why I introduce you all of this? Not about the getting the popularity, no. It's all about giving you some ideas. Whenever you can gain some knowledge from me, please. Whenever you can share your knowledge with me, please do the sharing. I'm not a person who knows everything about the technology, who knows everything about the innovation and so on, but still in the learning process. although I have the experience, but believe me, in the context of industry is totally different compared to the academics. So that's why I have to share some of this information just to trigger in your mind that, oh, this is the opportunity, this is the knowledge that I have to take from you take from me, you know, to gain from me. So please ask anything regarding about the technology transfer. And again, the scope of the technology transfer is basically everywhere. It is very important for every single R&D centers, you know, for the universities, for the government, for the industries to have this knowledge. And sadly, in Malaysia or in all places in the world nowadays, we have a very limited numbers of technology transfer and commercialization practitioners and experts in this area, whereby this topic, this area is very needed the most in the industry. Without having the experts in the technology transfer and the commercialization, believe me, the process of transferring the technology from the R&D center of the company, of the university to the industry will be impossible. So it will be very hard. So that's why you are the candidates, you know, to make sure that the transfer of the technology could be done in the level of the university, in the level of the industry. So so that's why the technology transfer is very important for everybody, for all of us, for the industry as well. All right. So we move to the lecture topics. All right. So this is the topic 1 to 4 of the course information from the course information, which is the overview of the technology transfer. All right. So again, the overview of the technology transfer resides in two categories. Which is number one is the business to business, and second is the university or research institution to the business. Why two categories? Because of sometimes the business they have their own R&D center. For example, Samsung, Apple, Tesla, and so on. They have the technology and they have the innovation. So they transfer the innovation to other businesses, such as the battery technology, such as the display technology, and so on, without having to use by their own. They transfer the technology to others. Why is it so important? Because of the price of the technology. There is no capping on that price. There is no threshold on that price. It is intangible. You know, you can set any kind of amount you like for the technology as long as the people buy from you. So that's the beauty of the technology transfer rather than the normal technology transfer. All right, and we have the university or research institutions to the business. Why is it so important as well? Because of in the university, we have a lot of technologies being created from day to day. For example, for my part, I have several technologies. But again, if I don't have this knowledge of the technology transfer, the technology will be left in the university, you know, without having to, without we are going to give to the industry, without we are having the opportunity to generate the profit and so on from the commercialization. So through the technology transfer, we have the several phases, which is phase number one is the overview, phase two, organizational issues, decision in technology transfer, which is the overview of the transfer. Now the meaning of the transfer and transferee is the giver and the receiver, which is the transfer is the party that creates the technology, and the transferee is the party that receives the technology. So we have the transfer and we have the transferee. So phase two is about the transfer, and phase three is about the transferee, the receiver of the technology. So now we are moving from phase one to phase three. We are at the phase number one. So starting from week 5 up to the week 6 and so on, we will move to the phase two. And starting from the week 8, if I'm not mistaken, and ahead, we will focus on the phase number 3. So don't worry, I will do the revision from time to time on this one to make sure that we all understand and we all in the same page on this one. All right. So again, to recap, we have two overviews of the technology transfer, which is number one, we have the view of the business to business, and the second one from the perspective of university to the business. All right. So in this class, we will focus more on the university to business overview. Why? Because of if we want to study on the business to business aspects, it will be very lengthy moments. Why? Because of there is so many uncertainties in the businesses. There are so many methods, different. We cannot generalize all of the methods to the one single method. But from the university, from the research institution, we have the reference center. We have the ICC, Innovation and Commercialization Center, that caters about this technology transfer issue. And we have the references. So that's why we focus on the university. However, throughout the discussion of these classes, I will explain as from the perspective of the business to business. Why? To make sure that we are fair enough and we have the understanding on this one. Later on, you will have to go to the industry as well, and you will have to advise the industry what is the right thing to do with their innovation, rather than they just create the innovation and use by their own. They can now, through your knowledge, they can distribute they can commercialize the technology to other companies, hopefully, right? So objective, this is the objective of the chapter 1 to 4, and for overall study as well, appreciating the underlying premise of technology transfer and relationship with technology management and technology strategy. So I believe that all of you already have the knowledge of the technology management and strategy to apprehend the technology transfer concept and models. So many models in technology transfer. Which one that we should choose? No, nothing. Nobody can tell. You should choose this one, should choose this one. No, it's different based on the cases. So case by case. So to appreciate the importance of technology transfer to business organization, changing role of technology transfer as a business strategy, and to recognize and distinguish between various technology transfer mechanism, methods, and modes. Okay, so many methods, so many methods in terms of technology transfer. Believe me, it's going to be very lengthy. All right. To realize the meaning behind a successful technology transfer and the reason for technology transfer failures. So many factors regarding on the both of the success and the failure factors. All right. So again, the significance of technology transfer. Why is it so important to have the knowledge of the technology transfer? It is the heart of the process of economic growth. Without technology transfer, believe me, without technology transfer, I am the practitioner of the technology transfer as well as the company owner and so on. Believe me, you must have this knowledge to make sure that you can spur the economic growth. Without having the knowledge of the technology transfer, you can develop, but by your own company only. You cannot distribute, you cannot, spur your technology, your innovation to other companies, and you cannot be as good as the current innovation or the current innovative people such as Elon Musk and so on. So they utilize the technology transfer to its fullest extent to make sure that they can survive, they can be the champion in the world of business. All right. So technology transfer on changes in patterns of culture and society. Because of some of the cases, whenever you transfer the technology, it's not necessarily you transfer the technology within your countries only, but of course you transfer intra countries. You spread the technologies to other countries. You must understand the cultures and so on. This is the beauty of the technology transfer. Okay. And then the vehicle to develop the capacity of individuals and societies to cope with modernization and related changes. So through this technology transfer, you will change the shape of the people, the shape of the cities, the shape of the countries, and so on. All right, because of the dissemination of the technologies, whatever happens between countries to countries, there will be a change of the behavior of the people. Okay, believe me. Improve the competitive advantage of firms through the enhancement of customer value. Of course, will improve the competitive advantage. Whenever you have the technology, you have the innovation, you bring the innovation to the people, you manage to be more competitive compared to other companies. Why? Because of you manage to nail on the part of the technology transfer by which the competitors fail to do so. All right. A strategic means of meeting challenges posed by the globalization of the business. So this is the global issue. Whenever you have the technology, if you are not utilizing the technology, you are not giving to the people, you're not giving to the other businesses and so on, you will waste the opportunity of this globalization era. So that's why technology transfer is very important. However, planning and managing a technology transfer project, especially an international technology transfer project, is not easy. So this is a very challenging process, although it's a very good opportunity as well. Please remember, whenever you do the challenging things, you will be ahead of other people's which refuse to do the challenging part of the things. All right. So this is the internal environment. So this is the environment for the technology transfer and so on. This is all of the external environment, which is the economic forces and so on. The background of the environment for the technology transfer. You have the technological forces, economic forces, legal and political forces, socio-cultural forces, and so on. So if you focus more inside of the technology transfer, you will have the task environment in which you will face with the competitors, you will face with the shareholders, you will face with the customers and communities and so on. You will face with the government, creditors, interest groups, and labor unions and suppliers and so on. You will face all of this in the technology transfer and commercialization. You cannot run away from all of this. That's why you have to understand the ecosystem at the very first place. And now for the internet environment, you will have the knowledge generation to make sure that you can develop the resources into some development and to create capabilities and do the application based on the knowledge generation and development and exploit and so on in terms of the structure and culture and so on and dissemination of the technology. So this is the internal environment. So all of this is basically resides under the management of technology. I believe that all of you guys already been here, studying about the MOT and so on. All of you experts in this task in this ecosystem, I believe. All right. So this is the business administration discipline and other supporting discipline to make sure all of this ecosystem could be done properly. And science and engineering discipline, a combination of multi-discipline. This is how I succeeded in the term of the technology transfer as a practitioner. Believe me, a combination of the business and sciences, could give you more in terms of the success rates. All right. So the role of cooperation in the technology environment, why cooperation is so important? Because of the government cannot run for the technology transfer. The government is not built for the profit based. They are built for the management, they are built for the administration and so on. They need the company, the capitalists, to run for the technological dissemination, to run for the business, to run to spur the economy, the enablers for the economy. So the role of the corporation in the technological environment is basically as a drivers of change by creating new products, process, and materials, alter the rule of competition, transform industries, and create new industries. So we need the industry, we need the corporation to do this. So the government, how about the government? Government don't have the capacity, don't have the motivation to run for the business. Why? The focus again, as I said before, they focus more on the administration to manage things and so on. As beneficiaries of technology change, initiated by others. So they will be the beneficiaries. Whenever the technological change starting by other countries, for example, they are the beneficiaries. The first person will give will take as a beneficiaries and so on. As facilitators for technology development by other external to the firm through investment in their research projects. And as a victim as well of technology change created by others. Whenever the industries create new things, they are becoming the victims of the new technology. So they will have to evolve, they will have to continuously innovate things and so on, create new things to make sure they are relevant and continuously do the technology transfer, right? So some recall on the innovation. So again, innovation, there are so many terms, explaining about the innovation. Some of it as quoted taken from the MIT. They said that innovation equals to invention, any creation plus commercialization. Some of it they put the times commercialization. Why? Because of whenever you put a value to innovation, whenever you put a value to the invention, you put a tangible value to the invention, without having to give it for free for the people, you can call it as the innovation. Whenever you create something new, you give for free to the people. You give without putting any KPIs, putting any targets for that people. You are creating a creative things. You are not innovative thing. Innovative. You're not creating new innovation. Innovation must be paired with the invention plus commercialization. So please remember, innovation must be something regarding on the invention. You create something new, improvise existing things, and you must put the value, either commercial value, either tangible value, KPI based, number based, and so on. So it's called as the innovation. All right. So transforming ideas and scientific knowledge into physical reality and real world application. So this is other terms of the innovation, but again, it contradicts some of the information based on the creative things. All right. So that's why I love to have innovation equals to invention times or plus commercialization. A process that converts knowledge into useful products and service. Again, a successful commercialization is one that captures the mainstream market. So this is the deeper the most radical some of the terms regarding on the innovation and so on. So you can find a lot of other information or the terms regarding on the innovation, such as the Oslo Manual 2005, 2008, and so on. They say that innovation is based on the product, process, marketing, organization, improvement, and new improvement and existing improvement and so on. So many terms in terms of the innovation. You could do your own study later after this, inshallah. Okay, so so stages in the innovation process. There are many models to describe innovation process, but we have the general terms of the innovation processes, such as basic research, applied research, technology development, implementation of the technology, then the production of the technology. You do the marketing of the technology and the proliferation of the technology. And the last one is the technology enhancement. So this is the general process of stages in innovation. So this is a general knowledge about the innovation. So critical management of technology issues, among others. So we have to understand this one as well. Number one, how to integrate technology into overall strategy objective of the firm. Whenever you have firms, how to integrate the technology into the overall strategy of the firm, how to get into and out of the technology faster and more efficiently, how to assess, evaluate technology more effectively. Whenever you have the technology, whenever you have the innovation, believe me, item number 3, how to assess or evaluate technology more effectively, will be a big issue. It requires you to have experience, to know others' technology, to know your competitors. Sometimes you want to pair the price, pair the cost with your competitors and so on to make sure that you can run this very fast. Whenever you have the technology, if you want to evaluate the technology value by yourself, it will be very, 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 very difficult. All right. And number 4, how to best accomplish technology transfer. This is a very big question. How to best accomplish technology transfer is very challenging part of the businesses, even for the universities. How to best accomplish technology transfer. Believe me, this is a very challenging part. Okay, but again, after you are going to this through this course of technology transfer, I believe that some of you will have some some basic ideas, on how to make sure that this could be happen successfully. All right. How to reduce new product development time, to reduce time. Believe me, whenever you have the innovation, you want to speed up your rate of the innovation, rate of the manufacturing, rate of the product creation, and so on, to a very, very, very short time. Why? Because of you want to compete with your competitors. You want to make sure that your product is in the market as soon as possible to generate profit. So at the end of the day, what is the benefit to the company? What is the thing regarding on this technology transfer? It's all about contributing the technology benefits to the shareholders of the company. So you have the shareholders. So the benefit of the technology transfer, not just only for the people, but also for your shareholder of the company. All right. how to manage large, complex, and interdisciplinary of inter-organization projects system. This is going to be very big scale. And how to manage the organization's internal use of technology. And the last one, how to leverage the effectiveness of technical professionals. All right. So this is the critical MOT issues among others. All right. So based on the technology transfer and so on, we are in the era of the open innovation. I believe that so many of you guys here already learned about the open innovation, understand about the concept of the open innovation. So the concept of open innovation, guys, anybody could please help me to explain about this open innovation concept? Please, anybody? I need somebody to explain about this open innovation concept. Please, anybody? Or I pick your name. All right, please. What is open innovation? Anybody, please? Oh, nobody. Come on, guys. Someone, please give your ideas. Don't worry about the answers. There is no right or wrong. Okay, we just want to discuss about this one, right?
Doctor, I want to
All right,
try.
please, Faiz, please. Okay.
Okay, Doctor, for my knowledge lah. From the things that I know, open innovation is something that relate on inflow and outflow. The main idea on this one is to bring idea, and then to focusing for targeting the new innovation. That means they bring a lot of idea at first, and focusing and the last they are focusing on something that very relevant and demand on the market. I'm not sure. That one is I think is my opinion is that. Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, thank you very much, Muhammad Faiz. Good answer. All right, you fulfill some of the requirement for the open innovation explanation, and of course, there are more in terms of that explanation for the open innovation. I open to other students as well. Please, guys, anybody else want to add more about the open innovation? Please. Thank you very much, Faiz. Okay, anybody else? Please. What is open innovation?
Doctor, can I try?
Okay. Please.
Um,
Thank you.
From my knowing, maybe it's like the company is not just using their internal sources or knowledge, they also get the external sources from the outside, such as the customer feedbacks and from their suppliers, something like that. It's
Okay.
open.
Okay, that's great answer as well, Tan Wen Yen. It's not about the company, it's all about the input from others as well. Thank you very much, both of you giving a good answer as well. Thank you again. So again, regarding on the open innovation, basically, why open innovation is very important, as being said by Faiz, as being said by Tan Wen Yen, is basically about, it's not about your company. It's all about the combination of the ideas, combination of the efforts to make sure that you can create innovation into the next level. Whenever you have your own technology in your company, which is not fully utilized, you want to make sure that you can gain some profit out of it. Without jeopardizing your position in the company, and as well as without putting any risk on the company. Why? Because of sometimes your company have a very limited resources. For example, you don't have enough money to develop the technology, so you don't want to jeopardize by getting loans and so on to develop the existing technology that you have in your mind. So rather than you develop your own technology, you can outsource the technology, you can give the technology to others through licensing and so on. So that's why it's called as the open innovation. Why? Whenever you give the technology to others, you can generate your own profit as well, and you can disseminate the ideas to other people. But of course, throughout the technology transfer process. So while waiting for the products coming out from your company, you can still do business, you can still do sales and so on. by transferring the technology to others without having for yourself to create the technology inside your company. So that's the beauty of the open innovation. So again, one more thing regarding about the open innovation is the openness of the idea, openness of the innovation efforts. You have the resources of the experts in your area in terms of the technology. Now you don't have this in terms of managing of the technology. Hire a company you with other companies as well to venture with you to combine the resources in terms of the manpower and so on to make sure that the objective could be realized. So this is the beauty of the open innovation. Rather than you wait for the money from the internal resources, you can jump into the stage of the commercialization very fast. So believe me, I implement all of this in my in my company's practice. All of this giving me a lot of positive outputs, positive incomes, and so on. So rather than I'm waiting for the innovation to be done internally, so I save a lot of time, a lot of human resources, manpower, and so on, a lot of money, and so on. All right. So I hope that everybody have this, get this idea. All right. Okay, guys. Any question up to this level, please? If you have any question, anybody? Any question, guys?
Doctor.
Yeah,
Doctor?
please.
Doctor, actually, I
Yeah.
don't have a question, but I have suggestion. Is it okay?
Okay. Please, go on. Good.
Actually, my suggestion kan, for now the things that online course that you are doing is very good lah, doctor, because usually if you doctor doing like 2 hours class, right, usually only like 1 hour we can focus it on it lah, but after that usually it's not really we're not really
Effective
focused lah
anymore.
after yeah, it's not
Yes.
really effective, but the things that are more can add the value on that learning is after the class, usually like Dr. Umar doing, we have like some discussion on forum, something like that lah. So that one is
Definitely.
can add value
Mm.
for the things that we are learn lah. So that one is my
Okay.
suggestion.
Okay, sure, Faiz. Sure, I will do the discussion in the e-learning. It's on my mind as well after this. And regarding on the assignment as well, I'm sorry that I perhaps I will give a bit more assignment compared to the previous F2F before the COVID-19 because of I want to balance between the classes that we miss, F2F, the timing that we miss as well. So to balance all of that, I will give a bit more assignment. So please don't feel that I'm torturing you guys, but I want to help everybody, especially to get good results as well. To gain more understanding on this one. But believe me, I will be fair to everybody. Okay, so thank you very much, Faiz, for the suggestion. I will do that one as well. So we pick one of the period, perhaps 2 or 3 times in our classes to make sure that we have the the revision, we have the time to discuss on a forum based in the e-learning for sure, inshallah. Thank you again. All right, so I will continue a bit more about this one. So technology assets are intangible, and often unrecognized and underutilized. So this is the dilemma in the company, dilemma in the universities and so on. Why? Because of the university, they have a lot of research outputs, and they are not utilizing all of the technologies and to give to the industries. Why? Because of they have a problem in terms of the technology transfer. All right. So a clear understanding of the techniques and approaches can serve to increase its value. So now the combination and the understanding between universities and the industries is a must. What is the requirement by the industry? What the industry needed at this time? So what the university can provide to the industry? So this is the going discussion. There must be a partnership scheme in order to make sure that all of this could be realized. And captive use of technology can coexist with technology transfer. So this is a general terms. So technology transfer, what is it? Okay. So this is going to be a very last slides of our today's class. Don't worry. All right. So various models has been used and non-conclusive, which is you cannot refer to one model only. There are case by case. So many models. All right. So different cases, different models, and different approach. Okay. And variation are mainly on the definition of terms technology and not the term of term on transfer. Why? Because of the technology is quite different. You know, whenever you move to technology based on the technology of IoT, technology on water cleaner, technology and so on and so on and so forth, you know, different terms of the technologies. So there are variation in terms of this one. The concept of technology transfer is rarely clearly defined. So this is a very big challenge in the technology transfer. The beauty of this one, what is the beauty of the things whenever it's really clearly defined? Whenever I ask you a question in examination, you can have your own judgment, your own interpretation. But of course, not going too far from our scope of our boundaries of technology transfer. All right. And then theories on technology transfer were established by pioneering work of mainly economic models such as Vernon 1966 and Arrow 1969. So you can refer all of them. All right. So only recently that more attention is paid to taking an integrative view of the transferee relationship, and that models for technology transfer are constructed on organizational theory. So again, anything regarding about the technology transfer and so on must be reflected to the organizational theory. Why? Because of the person, the industry, or anybody that transfer the technology must be based on the organization acceptance and so on. So whenever you have the company, you will have to ask your organization, are they ready to transfer the technology? Do they have the required necessaries to transfer the technology to the people? Why? Because of whenever you transfer the technology, it's not just about the technology. You transfer the knowledge, you transfer the skills, you transfer the management things on how to manage the technologies. So that's why the organization is very important for you to run for the technology transfer. It's not about the CEO, it's not about the manager and so on. It's all about the culture of your business, of your industry before you can move to the technology transfer. Believe me. All right. It is now more generally accepted that the technology is a process of human activities, which make its analysis more complex. You know, it's not about the giving the technology to the people. Okay, for example, company A, company B. Company A, you have the technology, and you just give the technology to company B and get the payment. No, technology transfer is more than that. It's all about the human factors. You know, whenever you have the technology transfer, again, as I said previously, you will have to involve with the organization, how your organization accept the technology transfer. And technology transfer is not a simple process, it's a very lengthy process. Sometimes it will take about 10 years of the processes to be done. For example, Mitsubishi they create the manufacturing plant in Malaysia just to manufacture a car, for example. And the process of doing the manufacturing, technology transfer, and so on, spur for more than 10 years. This is what we call as the technology transfer processes. Involved with the technology and involved with the people as well, as a one unit. All right. So it is a complex and it encompasses many dimensions, and some may work against each other. All right. So this is complexity of the technology transfer. Social values and cultures become integral part of technology transfer and its transfer. So imagine that whenever you have the technology and suddenly you have the client from Uganda wants to have your technology, and believe me, you will have your organization to learn about the culture of Uganda, language of Uganda, and so on before you can do the technology transfer. Why? Because of it will become your big family over there. Not just only you, but of course from the intra states or intra countries. So this is the technology transfer, very big. So again, you can refer to many authors regarding on the technology transfer. As you can see on the screen, you can read by your own. All right. So technology transfer defined a process whereby knowledge in some form changes, hands from a person or organization who possess it, the transfer, you know, who possess the technology, who owns the technology is the transfer, to another individual who arranged to receive it, the transferee. So now we have the transferor, we have the transferee. Please remember, transferor is the owner of the technology, transferee is the receiver of the technology. Okay, leading towards wealth creation, contributing, attaining the ultimate goal of organization, which is to spur the wealth of the shareholder of the company. All right, please remember that one. So, okay, I think we will stop here before I move to the next part. Okay, guys, any question up to this time? Any question, guys? Please. Any question? Are you still there, guys? In front of your
No,
screen?
Doctor.
No question. Oh my God. Very first class, no question. I'm surprised. I believe that everybody is going to be expert in this topic of the technology transfer, right? Okay, any question, guys? Please. Before I move to the individual assignment, I want to explain about the individual assignment.
Not yet, Doctor.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I hope that if you have any question, please don't hesitate to ask me anytime. You know, we are in the part of the two-way communication again. You know, please absorb the knowledge from me. I want to give everything to you regarding about the technology transfer and commercialization. You know, please love this. Please love this subject. You know, whenever you love the subject, believe me, you will face a lot of challenges, but you will feel very happy because of you love the subjects. I know it's hard to everybody to accept this, but please, love the subject for the semester and afterwards, inshallah. All right. So this is the individual assignment, which is research under the SBSD 3053 under this semester. Okay. So denotes 20% of the total marks. So basically, please pay your attention on this one. The objective is basically to encourage students to explore scientific writing to the given topics in technology transfer, to train students to improve their ability to understand the contents of scientific literatures and so on, and use them to discuss topics related in the technology transfer effectively and individually. Okay. So what is the requirement? Students will be given three topics of technology transfer for them to find a minimum of 3 articles for each topics. You will have 3 topics. Now, the minimum of 3 articles. The minimum meaning you will be on the borderline of getting good results. Borderline, not good results, but borderline. Three articles minimum. Okay. So I encourage you to have more than 3. Please, more than 3. Okay, for each topics from any referred journal published by starting from 2016 and above. So we want to refer at least 5 years ahead, right? Students are required to prepare a report that discusses 3 topics. 3 topics. Again, in one report, you will put 3 topics. By making the articles they identify as references and discussion basics with 800 words minimum for one topic. So one topic you must do the write-ups, 800 words minimum for one topic. So times 3, 2,400 words for the full report. So report should contain introduction, the purpose of the report, discussion objectives, key issues of discussion, and so on. Discussion based on the students' understanding of the content of the articles on 3 topics, do the conclusion, and put the references. And again, it's all about the reviewing, about the topics, reviewing about the papers that you get from the journals and so on, and you do the reports. Okay, so reviews should be typed 6 to 8 pages. It's up to you. This one, it's your flexibility. Maybe more. Okay, using font 12, 1.5 spacing. So again, this is subject to the availability of the contents and your wordings as well. Okay, but please be sure that not too much, not more than 1,000 words for one topic. Okay, please give me some time to at least to rest, to not to check all your works, continuously without any stop. So 800 words around that should be okay for me to check. Okay, each report Actually the report, the report must be submitted according to the following schedule. Okay, previously during the Dr. Razib's era, Dr. Razib's usually check the paper first, the article first and so on, but it's going to be a very lengthy processes to verify and so on. Again, for my time, I will do some of the flexibilities to make sure that you can have a lot of time to focus on other subjects as well and do the work more efficiently. So just only one submission time, which is 30th of May 2021, okay, the mid of May. So you will have to focus on 3 topics, which is the basic concept of technology transfer, the role and importance of technology transfer to economy organization, technology transfer towards community. So this one is the topics that you have to focus in one report. So you have 3 topics. The minimum 1 topics, you must have at least 3 articles as a reference, as your reference. And the more you have, the better the results. All right. So you will have the rubrics here. So there is some possibilities that you will have to present in terms of the video presentation. You will have to record your own presentation. But up until now, I'm still considering this one. Perhaps I will put into the slides presentation only. Just put a narration to the presentation. But this one I will update later on about this presentation. And usually for the presentation, you will have to submit by end of the semester. So you don't worry too much about this one. All right. So guys, any question about this individual assignment, please, before we can stop the session?
Doctor,
Yeah.
above that shows the introduction, you need to include the objective and key issues, right? But we have 3 topics, which means the objectives should be similar, is it?
Definitely.
Cannot 2 different.
Yeah, it's up to you. Either you want to separate the objective between topics. I think it's better to that way, or you can combine all of the topics, in one page regarding on the topic 1, topic 2, and topic 3. So it's up to you. This one, there's no some limitation. I will give the flexibility to you.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Okay, all right. Any other question, guys? We must be very clear on this one. Otherwise, believe me, you cannot do your work. Okay, please ask. All right?
Doctor,
Okay.
I want to clarify. In total, do we need to make 3 reports at 13 May?
Okay. Again, please, speak louder. I cannot hear you very well.
So do we have to make 3 reports in total?
Actually, you will have just only 1 report, but 3 topics in 1 report.
So there are 3 so I have to include that 3 topics in one report?
Definitely. So you have the 3 write-ups in 1 report, which focus on the 3 topics. All right?
So it means that there will be 9 references I have to put at the end.
Yes, you will have to put references as well. Either you want to put as a whole, as a cumulative references at the end of the all of the reports, or you can do by separating the reports. Separating the topics. In one report. For example, you might want to have the topic number 1 in the report, and then the objective for the topic number 1 and the references for the topic number 1 separately from the topic 2 and topic 3. Or you want to combine all. It's okay as well. I will give this flexibility to you. No problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Any other question, guys?
I have questions.
Okay, please.
What if one article have 2 topics or 3? Is dikira it means one article or 2?
Okay, for example, you have the crossing article, meaning sometimes one article represent for the topic number 1 and topic number 2, for example. Then it's okay, you can use the same article to represent as for the topic 1 and topic 2. No problem at all, even for the topic number 3. Because of some of the article, the article consists of so many elements. For example, the review paper. So the review paper, they have so many elements in the review paper. Sometimes they have the basic concept of the technology transfer. Sometimes they have the role and importance, and sometimes they have the information about the technology transfer towards community. Good question. So you can use that paper to represent as a whole reference for a whole topic. No problem as well. The only concern is how do you want to explain based on the topics given. So the explanation is the most important part of this assignment. So you can use the same reference, but again, you must adjust the explanation based on the focus of the assignment or the topic of the assignment. I hope I answer your question.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right. Other question, guys, please?
Hello, Doctor.
Yeah. Okay.
My name is Roslina.
Okay, Roslina, please.
I want to ask about, okay, we can do a separate for 3 topic, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to do 3 conclusion also for 3 topics.
Definitely, it's up to you. Either you want to combine. For my approach, you can combine all of the topics into one conclusion. You can do it as well. Or you can separate. For example, this is for the topic 1, the objective, the all the explanation and the conclusion references for topic 1. And then you move into the topic 2, but you put in the same report. You combine in the same report. Or you can do the explanation based on the topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, and then you put the conclusion as a whole topic. You can do that as well. No worries. Because of in the academics, we don't have any problem in terms of that one. Okay? But again, you have to focus. All right?
Okay, include for references.
Definitely include for the references. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Clear.
Okay. All right.
Doctor, I have a question.
Okay.
Doctor, for the introduction, do we have to, can we just make only one introduction because it's more into the purpose and objectives and all?
Yeah. If you're combining everything, for example, perhaps you want to combine topic 1, topic 2, and topic 3 into one context. No problem. You can do maybe paragraph number 1 is the introduction for the topic number 1. Paragraph 2 for the topic 2 and so on. So it's no problem. It's like a literature review. Whatever you have. Yeah.
Doctor, what do we have, like for the introduction, what do we have to put, like the literature review or?
It's up to you. For the introduction, of course, you must put some of the literature review to put some overviews of the topic that you want to discuss.
Okay.
Definitely.
Introduction is about the topic. The topic I'm choosing, it's all about the objective, purpose, everything of that topic.
Yes, definitely. Okay, any other question? Please, guys, be clear on this one. Because whenever you do it, I don't want to do some redos and so on. I don't want to have the critical erroneous. For example, you do it mistakenly, you just only one topic, you just focus on one topic. I want you to have to touch on all topics. Why 3 topics? Because of your total marks is 20%. I want to choose the best 2 topics, the highest marks of the 2 topics to contribute to the 20%. And I hope that I can help you to score on this one without any problem. So all of us need to do this together. You must exchange the information with your friends as well. And please be sure that there is no plagiarism this one. All right, please don't copy and paste from the article. Do it by yourself, take the honest, do the best for this assignment. Believe me, it will be very worthy of your time, worthy of your knowledge, believe me. All right. So I think that's all for today. I will give the attendance right now. Okay, let me copy the attendance first. Okay, please go to the chat. Oh my God, so many questions in the chat room. I forgot to. Okay, all right. Please, right now, please go to the attendance. Okay, and fill up the form right now. I will close the attendance within 10 minutes. Okay. Please fill up the attendance and put some reflection, okay, on the today's session, please. Okay, right now, just only 2 students fill up the attendance form. Guys, please fill up the attendance. Please fill up the attendance. Okay, faster guys. I will close the attendance by 12:25. Okay, so I think that's all for today, guys. I hope that everybody gets some ideas, on this technology transfer, the overview, the benefits of the technology transfer and so on. And I appreciate all of those who responded, who are giving some feedbacks and some suggestion and so on. So before I close the session by today, please discuss in your group and appoint one group leader. Okay, please appoint one group leader in the group so that I can communicate with your group to give anything regarding on the classes and so on. Please decide one group leader. Okay, all right. So guys, thank you very much for everything. Thank you very much for attending the class. And we see each other again next week, okay, in the online session. Okay, so be ready for the task, be ready for the micro assignment, micro quiz, and so on from time to time in the e-learning. And the next session that's supposed to be by this Wednesday, I will give some task in the e-learning for you to have the asynchronous session. Okay, all right. So that's all for today. Again, thank you very much to everybody. See you again later. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to everybody. See you guys.
Thank you,
Stay safe.
Doctor.
All right.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay.
Salam. Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, bye. See you later.
Assalamualaikum, Doktor.
Waalaikumsalam.
Saya nak tanya soalan tapi ke luar subjek ni, Doktor, boleh, Doktor?
Boleh. No problem. Apa dia tu?
Sebab sebelum ni saya ada PM Doktor personal WhatsApp tentang PSM.
Oh, okey. Saya mungkin dah berterabur ramai sangat kan, ada kes minggu lepas kan. Minta maaf lah, tak sempat lah tu. Okey. Alright, apa cerita?
So saya dah jumpa rakan saya sekali yang under doktor untuk PSM, nak saya bincang dekat dalam WhatsApp ke apa, Doktor?
Boleh buat kalau nak buat grup pun boleh. Buat grup lah. Ini PSM cadangan ke PSM 2
PSM yang first.
Okey, PSM first. Berapa orang yang bawa saya ni? Saya pun tak tahu ni.
2 orang.
2 orang Perdana ada 2 orang Okey, boleh. So boleh buatkan grup. Nanti kita terus buat discussion sedikit lah insyaAllah dalam masa terdekat.
Baik, Doktor.
Okay, alright. Terima kasih sebab hubungi saya.
Sama